Hello, puzzle solvers and escape artists, and a huge welcome to Escape Rock. In this deep dive, we're going to chart a course through one of the most classic, and honestly, one of the most clever devices you'll find in any escape room, the compass. But to really appreciate its unique analog charm, let's first take a lightning-fast tour of the high-tech puzzle world it stands apart from.
I mean, the world of escape rooms today is just buzzing with all sorts of high-tech wizardry. You've got puzzles that use RFID sensors, right? Where you place some ancient artifact in just the right spot, and click, a hidden mechanism triggers to show you the next step.
Or maybe you've had to navigate one of those intricate laser mazes, feeling like a spy in some blockbuster movie, where just one wrong move could set off all the alarms. Then there are those oh-so-satisfying secret drawers that just pop open when you finally solve a riddle, revealing that crucial key or another piece of the mystery. And of course, you've got hidden codes absolutely everywhere. We're talking invisible ink, codes embedded in paintings, or disguised as just some harmless room decor. The creativity is just incredible. But amidst all this modern technology, one of the most elegant puzzle mechanics out there is decidedly old school. It's a true instrument of exploration, of timeless logic. I'm talking, of course, about the compass. So here's our map for today. We'll start with the allure of the compass as a puzzle. Then we'll decode the compass rose so you know exactly what you're looking at. We'll see some puzzles in action. I'll even show you how you can build your own compass lock. And we'll wrap up by talking about how all this helps you find your next clue. So why the compass? Seriously, in a world of digital locks and sensors, there's something just uniquely satisfying about a physical analog challenge. It connects us to this long history of exploration and discovery, and it forces us to slow down, to observe, and to really think logically. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This brilliant example from a Reddit user just captures the magic perfectly. This puzzle wasn't just about reading a compass. It had coordinates, a physical grid, and this super clever magnetic reveal. It was tactile, it was challenging, and it was incredibly memorable. That's everything a great escape room puzzle should be. Okay, to conquer these puzzles, you first have to speak their language. So let's break down the compass rose, from the absolute basics to the finer details that are going to make you feel like a seasoned mariner. It all starts right here with the 4 cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. These are the 4 pillars of navigation, okay? The fundamental points that everything else is built on. It's simple, it's clear, and they're each separated by exactly 90 degrees. But of course, the world isn't just 4 simple directions. We build complexity layer by layer. First, we slice those cardinal points right in half to get our 4 intercardinal directions: northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. Now we've got an 8 windrows. To get even more precise, we can slice those angles again, which creates the 16 windrows, with points like north-northeast and west-southwest. And for the true navigators out there, there's the 32-point compass rose, with its wonderfully poetic names like north by east. Now, the key is understanding the naming convention. A phrase like north by east just means 1 point, which is about 11 degrees, from north towards east. Once you get that simple logic down, the whole system becomes perfectly clear. All right, you've totally mastered the theory. Now let's put it into practice and see how escape room designers use these principles to create some truly brilliant challenges. You know, generally speaking, compass puzzles really fall into 2 main categories. You've got navigational puzzles, like that one we saw on Reddit, where you're physically moving an object across a map or a grid following clues. Then you have sequence puzzles, which are a little more direct. These just require you to input a specific series of directions, like north, west, southwest, east, to open a lock. So let's go back to that fantastic Reddit puzzle for a second and break it down. First, the players get coordinates like north 4, south 2. Then they move this special magnetic piece around the grid. When they land it on the correct peg, the magnet inside interacts with the piece and makes it point in a specific direction, which reveals one part of a lock combination. You just repeat that process until the full sequence is revealed. It's a total masterpiece of layered deduction. Feeling inspired? For all the makers, the designers, and you aspiring game masters watching, this next section is for you. Let's look at how you can take these concepts and build your very own compass puzzle. So there's this great project on hackster.io, and you can create a compass lock with just a few key things. First, you need the brains. That's an Arduino controller that stores the secret code.
For the input, you can use a rotary dial that players turn to select a direction. The sensors are the magnets or sensors that tell the Arduino which direction is selected. And finally, you create the clue, that secret sequence of directions that players have to discover somewhere else in the room to solve your puzzle.
So, we've journeyed from understanding the compass to solving its puzzles, and even building them ourselves. So, how does all of this help you in finding that next clue? Let's talk about what makes these directional challenges so powerful.
Ultimately, compass puzzles just check all the boxes for a fantastic escape room experience. They integrate perfectly into themes of adventure or exploration. They're wonderfully tactile, they demand careful observation and logical deduction. And, as our friend on Reddit put it, they are definitely challenging, but they are so cool when you finally figure them out. So the next time you're faced with what feels like an impossible lock, just take a moment. Look around. The answer might not be a number or a key. It might be a direction. The ultimate question is, in a room full of locks, which direction will you look first? Thanks for joining us on Escape Rock. Now go find that next clue.